Deceased was diagnosed with advanced pulmonary carcinoma.
Probably good that I'm reading.
Deceased, why? Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about board games and board gamey things. I am back again today with another pumped up Kickstarter preview video. And today's preview is on Abyss Echo, the Forbidden Rite from Tin Universe, who very kindly sponsored today's video. Now, a few things. If you think that this game looks like something you might be interested in, I'm going to have all the links, everything you need will be in the description below. Another thing, this is going to be a little bit of a different preview because this is a different kind of game than what we may have covered in the past. So, Jeff and I have actually played through chapter 1 of this game. This is an immersive puzzle narrative style game. All that we have access to currently is chapter 1, which is called Medical Freshman. There are 4 chapters in this game, but we have experienced chapter 1. So basically what I'm going to be telling you and talking about is primarily around chapter 1, okay? This is also a prototype, so some of the items that you might see are subject to change. All right, so without further ado, let's dive in to the preview. Abyss Echo, the Forbidden Rite is a deeply immersive puzzle experience that unfolds through a cursed manuscript. It just happens to be in here. Players are going to investigate a handcrafted journal that is filled with entries and handwritten notes and cryptic illustrations, rituals, and ancient lore to uncover a cosmic horror narrative inspired by the Lovecraftian mythos, which we all know and love. So, the objective of the game is to uncover the truth behind the Forbidden Rite by solving layered mysteries that are embedded within the chapters, and there are going to be 4 chapters. Every choice will influence the storyline, meaning that every choice you make could lead you to a different outcome. It does play for 1 to 6 players, and if you're playing beyond 1 players, it kind of ends up being one person is almost the host or the narrator while everyone else is coming together to figure out the puzzles. So, as you can imagine, this is going to be a little bit of a different gameplay because, of course, spoilers are a thing. Now, chapter 1 that I have experienced is the entry and the intro to the game, to the world, to the story. So, I'm actually going to be inserting a few clips of mine and Jeff's play to give you a little taste of what that story is like, but just know it's not any major spoilers. We're not going to give away like any big plot points or anything crazy. How you play the game. It's very simple. So to set up, first of all, you are going to have this book, this kind of notebook. And in this, let's put it down on the table here. You are actually going to be adding different elements, different components, different extenders. So this book has multiple extenders that are in it. So this is the book that you are going to be getting. Now, chapter 1 is what I have in here. So this whole thing here is chapter 1, and it's going to have, like I said, the journal entries. It's going to have some foldouts. It will have some sealed files, all of these things that you're going to uncover. I also want to point out it has this, so if you discover anything, you can kind of place it in there to hold it for later, which is cool. So the first thing that you're going to do after you kind of set up your journal for the chapter is you are going to determine your starting sanity, right? This is Lovecraft after all. So we are using this SAN scope. How you determine your starting sanity is by rolling this die. So you're going to roll and see what number it is. And in this instance, we have a 5. Then, once again, this is a prototype, but there will be a table, which I have here, that is going to tell you the first number that you're getting. So we have 5, so we're starting at 63. You're then going to roll again and check the number. And so now we have a 7. And then you're going to add the two numbers together. So 63 plus 7 is going to be 70. So that means our starting sanity is going to be 70. So you're just going to move the sand scope so that it is on the proper thing. And this basically tells you kind of where you're at mentally. So for 70, we are composed. The cracks haven't reached the surface yet. In mine and Jeff's play, we actually started at 63, which was the idea of average stability. The mind holds, but pressure whispers. So lots of different things kind of happening depending on where your sanity level is. So that is how you determine your sanity to start. Then you are going to read this letter. This letter is going to introduce you into the story, into the world, into the main character. The character is Roderick Ritchie, or Roddy, as it will go on. And basically the chapter 1 first scenario, you are introduced to a university. And that university is called Miskatonic University. And there's something weird going on at Miskatonic University. There's buildings that maybe shouldn't be there. You don't know if they're actually there. There's professors that are a little bit sketchy. And there's just a lot of stuff going on. So you're going to be introduced to different characters, all that stuff. But you're going to read this letter. You are also going to be taking this coin and flipping it. When you flip it, it is going to give you a benefit that you can use once throughout the game. This side is plus 10 sanity, so you can add plus 10 to your sanity. And the other side is to undo a decision that you've made and do it again, because you are going to be making decisions throughout the game. Then, very straightforward, whoever the narrator is going to open to the first page of the journal, and then they are going to start reading. Then, as you continue, as prompts will come up, you are going to be rolling the die, moving to different pages, making decisions. Do you want to be curious, or do you want to be cautious? Do you want to be chaotic or not? And you're going to be rolling the die, and the die is often going to be asking you to check for either madness or sanity symbols, or a combination of those two, which are going to lead you to different areas of the story. So I think this is a good time for me to jump to the play that Jeff and I did, and I'm going to put little snippets in there of the story, some decision making, and a few little things for you to kind of get a good idea of what's going on in this game.
Dear stranger, you hear it, don't you? The voices whispering in the cracks of time, murmuring at the edge of your dreams. You may have never heard of Miskatonic University. In your world, it might just be a forgotten ruin sealed in old pages, a campus that never should have existed in history. But in 1925, it was real. There were students, professors, quiet scholarly talks, long corridors, fog-clad bell towers, and ancient bookshelves where light never touched. It had its own heartbeat, its own breath. But now, everything has turned to ashes and dust. Miskatonic University is dead. Bold.
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 Dead.
Probably important.
Okay, hold on. We have a whiteboard. Dead.
It died in flames. We're in the notebook. September 10th, Wednesday, 1922. So this is his notebook.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah.
Proper.
I had the enrollment papers for Miskatonic University in my hands, filling out my name on an official-looking form that felt almost absurd. The key sat in the palm of my hand. The dorm number of East Miskatonic was printed on the label. It all felt like some kind of arrangement. Neatly ordered, no flaws in sight. The only problem was the past doesn't vanish just because he's a paper. The police didn't keep their word.
Yeah, I wonder if we should open this.
No!
Oh.
It didn't tell you to. I slip a hand into my pocket, fingers absently tracing the cover of the student handbook. The smooth paper carries a strange, grounding comfort. Running a little late now, but there's still time. So, wait till tomorrow? Or just head to Hoyt Hall now and take my chances. The sun had finally disappeared beneath the horizon. Your options. Careful.
Careful.
Go now. Even with an hour late, I need to make sure I get that ID. Or easy. Too late today. Maybe I should try tomorrow. Figuring out Hoyt Hall's location can wait till the morning. It's not like the world's ending.
The world is ending. We're going now.
Emergency. The ground beneath you was never as solid as you believed, and your choices, were they ever truly yours?
Bro.
Now, you cast the abyss die. Let it decide your path. Let the die fall from your palm, surrender to fate. If the result shows any sanity symbol, the moment my fingers touched the card, a sharp, bone-chilling pain shot through them. The air froze solid. Then, the voice came. Low, distant, too cold to be human. Do you remember your task? Mission? My body locked up, mind blank. That voice wasn't just speaking to me. It was speaking through the card, through these very words, piercing paper, ink, even staring directly at you, reading this right now. You remember your task. I clenched the ID hard enough to sweat, desperate to shake the thought. Lose to sanity.
God, it's happening. 65.
Silence returned like nothing happened. I fled the building. The night watched me leave, shadows in tow. I held my breath, trying to ignore the foul odor emanating from our cargo. Yet each step felt like treading on exposed nerves.
Oh.
Steady, Rodrigo. This is science. Just science. Okay, judgment. Enter the professor's office. Curiosity. Prohibition's been in effect for years, yet the professor always has her vodka. How? Or caution. The longer I stay at Miskatonic, the more I learn to curb my curiosity. Perhaps maintaining a respectful distance is wiser. It's late, better head back to the dorm.
I'm curious.
Jamie has chosen curiosity.
Killed the cat.
Some areas no longer followed the normal anatomy of the human body, but instead twisted and knotted like vines. The face had collapsed, the features blurred in a grotesque shape, the mouth open in an unnatural arc, but inside, the structure was gone. The tongue, teeth, soft palate, all the human tissue once belonging to the mouth had been corroded away, replaced by a semi-transparent dark gel, as if it had melted into liquid and suddenly solidified in the moment of death. But this was no ordinary decay, no bloating, no rupture, none of the expected liquefaction. The tissues remained dense, clinging together with an unspeakable vitality. Distinct fracture on right parietal bone with edges curled outward, multiple, irregular, bestial spurs protruding along fracture margin.
216? Yeah. Got it.
My eyes darted across every column, but nothing. Not a single word about the case. The whole school had been buzzing about it, yet now, as if it never happened, as if every trace had been erased. I skimmed again, frustration mounting. Only mundane articles remained. Winter safety reminders, museum exhibit announcements, and garden cafe's new discount coupon. Yeah. At least the coupon might be useful.
Might be. So before we wrap up and finish, I just have a few more things that I want to let you know. Let's close this up. All right, put that over here. The first thing is we do have this honor files wall. As you are playing through the game, through each chapter, so you'll see we've got 4 chapters here, you're going to be collecting different items and documents. One thing that I would have shown in the playthrough is the student ID card, which we know Roderick's the main character. So as you kind of finish and wrap up, we have different stickers that are actually going to be placed into the chapters that we've discovered. So I would place this right here. There are 13 possible endings that you can achieve in this game. Chapter 1 itself has about 6 hours of play, and overall the game has about 25 plus hours of play. So if you play through Chapter 1, you can play through it again to try and find more information, more clues that are eventually going to help you solve the overall mystery. So there is a lot to uncover and discover in this game, well beyond what Jeff and I got to do. Now I will mention, because like I said, we've only played Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is very story-based because it is building up the world. It's introducing you to characters. There are decisions to be made, there are dice rolls to be made, all of that good stuff, but just know there is a lot of story, and so be prepared for that, which kind of leads us into the question of who is this game for? This game is definitely for fans of escape rooms, for any of those puzzle style mystery games. If you like a murder mystery, if you love Lovecraftian, if you love any of those things, and of course a cooperative experience. Now you can play this solo. If you're playing solo, you're doing everything. You're reading the story, you're rolling the die, you're doing all of those things. So if that sounds like it might be a good fit for you, once again, I'm going to have all of the information details linked in the description below. So make sure that you give it a check and see if this is a right game for you. But my friends, that is everything that I have for you today for Abyss Echo, the Forbidden Rite. If you're interested in buying board games, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. For us, that's a Boardroom Game Cafe, but don't forget, we're going to Kickstarter for this one. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. I hope to see you again soon. And now, I say goodbye. Goodbye.
I do this.
Put on your hat. As long as you don't feel ridiculous,
I don't
care.
So you could add 10 right now.
Yeah, but I'm stable. I'm stable as heck right now.
Yeah, but pressure whispers. San-2.
I think that means I have to decrease my sanity by 2.
Yes, sorry. Sanity -2. Let me reread that so it flows properly.
San-2.
Like, all that exercise I did today, gone.
Yeah, but that means that your ice cream's gone.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like you never ate it.
Because otherwise I would have not worked out.
60, 64, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pence.